Hello everyone, I'm Shravanti Medipalli, a customer experience pioneer, a CRM and a pre-sales specialist. I'm going to talk about a few stories that helped me develop a passion for customer experience. Way back in 2010, when I had to travel from my place to my mother's place, approximately 15 kilometers within the city of Hyderabad, I thought I can book a cab. It was a time when we had to pre-book the cab a day before and get a late confirmation from the driver who is confirmed for the trip. Okay, after waiting for few hours, I got a confirmation from the driver, and just before few hours of the trip, I waited for long hours. The booking time was 11, but I got it a little later. I felt okay, and then I finally boarded the cab. Um, it was not within my expectations. I had a 1 year old kid, and then for for my surprise, what happened was the cab stopped in the middle of the journey for about I still had some 7 to 8 kilometers to travel, and then it stopped all of a sudden in the middle of a road. Figured out that the car was not in a working condition to um, take me to the destination. So I had to get down the cab, imagine with my young kid, and then with all the luggage. And then I just got off the car, waited for another cab, but because the cabs that time were not readily available, I had to take an auto and then complete my journey to my mother's place. It was a bad experience, I must say. But fast forward in 2017, when I had to book a cab, be it a business travel, or to my office, or any place for that matter, be it single or with a family, the experiences started being fabulous. The reason being is the industry has developed so much where the preference is now given to the customer, though there is still to be built. The booking was instant. There was online tracking of the cab that slowly started developing. There's a facility to book for others. There's online payment. There's SMS notification, tracking of the cab, etc. So, thinking back, I felt probably the cab driver could have actually helped me to onboard another cab or onboard an auto. But I was helpless in the middle of the road. Sharing another experience is with a regular routine for all of us. It is the milk packets supplier. So previously, I used to have a supplier where I had to manually call them and tell for any adjustments in the milk bookings, pay the bill manually. Uh, the It was not on time delivery all the time. There was no online payment facility initially. There were delayed deliveries, etc. But fast forward of late, from probably in a year, I started using one of the best services from one of the milk packet delivery service provider, and it's a fabulous experience. So they have a small cute app. I get a book anytime, change my preferences. They also offer additional products, that is cross selling. It's instant ordering. I get a delivery notification early in the morning, about 5 o'clock, that my milk is already delivered. They have a beautiful customer care center. Any delayed, we just get notifications and all. So here I see a beautiful process in place in the later, which helped me get a wow experience. Then, one more example, pretty much all of us are aware, is in the e-commerce industry. And need not name specifically any particular leading provider. I'm sure most of us have had a very good experience with. Way back in 2017, I had to order some competition books for my kids. And the moment I placed the order, I was really clueless as to where the books are, when they will be delivered. There was no tracking, there was no ETA as to when I can expect. If I call the company, they say the books are already shipped and they are on the way. But it was just before, probably 10 days before the exam, that I received the book after a lot of struggle. And now, if we see from maybe 2020, I can say my experiences with online e-commerce has been fabulous. There's online tracking, there's a definite ETA as to when we can expect. There's an app that tracks the shipping, right? There are alerts and notifications. So here I see a combination of product, people, and service. The delivery person calls us, asks if the address is correct or where are we, when can we deliver. So customer preferences are taken care of, right? So there's this slow change in the industry. I'm sure there's a lot to do to come to the best place. So all what I see in these experiences of mine are three key things that are essential for building a customer experience. First one is the process. There should be a perfect process in place for having a customer experience. People, the people who are involved, the various employees, the external stakeholders, the vendors, the different people in the ecosystem should all be well connected. They should be aware of the service they are providing. They should keep the customer in the center and start serving the customers. It's not about business, it's not about money, it's about the customer goal that should be achieved at the end. And then we have the product. So I call all these as three P's: product, process, and people. So in the product, sometimes we may have the best product in the market. Like, let's say if I have to book a cab, my app might be working well, but if my drivers are not enabled enough to provide fantastic service to the customer, or if they're not aware for that matter, then the customer is important. Do you think the purpose will solve? No. Similarly, if I have a fabulous process, but there are no people to resolve it or people to serve the process, customer experience definitely fails. Similarly, if I have excellent people to deliver, but if I don't know how to sell my product or how to sell my service or how to brand myself, brand my company, definitely customer experience won't go to its best. So, a combination of all these three P's is what is the location where customer experience can be at its best. There's a customer experience pyramid. So most of the time, the three P's cater to: is the goal accomplished? Is the are the needs met? So in this pyramid, majorly all the companies, all the clients, all the businesses should firstly ensure that if the customer needs are met, that is a basic thing. Then we have easy. How easy is it to take it forward? How hard does the customer has to work? How easy is the process for the customer? Let's say if I ask my mother to use any of the app and order something online, how easy is it for a 70-year-old woman to book something on your app? How easy is it for a layman to use your product? So that is where the ease comes. Then we have enjoyable. So when the customer feels enjoyable, or when the customer enjoys your product or service or process, that is when customer experience is at its peak. What is that wow moment? What is the customer delight that you want to get at the end of your offering? So try to analyze your offerings in the form of this pyramid and see where you are. Why customer experience? Yes, we all know various ages, right? The manufacturing. where mass manufacturing was in place, that is 1900s, where it was a revolution, industrial revolution was there. It was more on the manufacturing. Then in 1960s to 1990s, the shift moved towards the age of distribution, where we have global connections, how distribution like Walmart, Toyota, UPS, CSX, how companies started shifting from manufacturing to distribution. Later is the age of information. Till 2010, it is the age of information, how well people are connected. Microsoft, Google, Dell, these are all the companies that delivered excellent, that excelled in that age of information by bringing PCs, by bringing office apps, and so and so. And now is the age of customer. From 2010, it is the customer who is the core. Customer is the king. And getting customer delight is absolutely essential, and companies are certainly prioritizing these things. So, what is in it that customer experience actually gets? It certainly gets huge revenue benefits. So, as per an online survey in US, this is the distribution of how the annual revenue impact has been for those companies that have invested in customer experience. They started realizing additional purchases. They started realizing the reduction in the churn and increase in word of mouth, which brought millions of dollars. However, the situation in India is still very weak. There's a huge potential of bringing customer experience in India. If we see, companies are slowly getting to good, providing good experiences to their customers. There's a lot of potential that we can see that they can grow to bringing an excellent customer service. So only 24% of the brands in India delivered a very poor customer experience. This is certainly a point that we can improve upon. The quality of the experience can be increased, the brand value can be increased. Certainly we can see where are we on the customer experience pyramid, on the 3 Ps, and then become a top customer centric organization or a customer centric business. So here are few competencies that form a part of how we enable organizations, businesses, and customers and clients to get a customer centric approach. The first one to begin with is culture and accountability. How are your employees? How are your various stakeholders, internal and external, trained or tuned to providing customer culture? Accountability certainly starts from the top and percolates to the lower levels of the organization. So everyone is accountable in building a customer centric journey. Then we have customer insights and understanding. How well do you understand your customer? In my experiences that I had, when I had a bad experience, I had no way to share it. And there was nobody who got back to me asking for why was your experience bad? Nobody ever tried to improve it. Do you do the same thing? Do you know how your customers are feeling with your products and services and offerings? Learn them, understand them, and that's when you see a lot of potential to improve, to provide them excellent service. What are your metrics? How do you measure? Do you perform any surveys? Do you know what the voice of your customer is? Do you communicate your customer experiences to your employees so that they can provide better experiences? Focus on the metrics, measurement, and the ROI. How do we design, implement, and innovate for providing better and better experiences? Are we utilizing the customer insights properly? Are we putting in a framework where we know what the customer touch points are? How are we serving our customers? The moment I book a cab, is there an SMS that I get asked confirming the trip? The moment the cab is cancelled, do I get a cancellation SMS or a notification that the cab is cancelled? Do I have to book for another cab, or are you providing me the service? Is the customer comforted? Are the needs met? And so on. Question your offerings and services. Then comes building a customer experience strategy. How well is your business strategy aligned to focus on the customers? How do they interact with each other? How does the business strategy interact with the customer experience strategy? How is it communicated to the different levels of employees? So these are competencies, which is a beautiful proven framework that helps us identify the potential areas of building better customer experiences. If you're looking to enhance your customer experience, please feel free to reach out to me. Thank you.